Give him a hot minute to die real quick. He's not died yet. I assumed he would, so I didn't change the stream title or the game. Oops. Let me do that real quick. Real quick. Oh, hold on, I gotta... Okay. That should... yes. Okay. And then I'll bring up Streamlabs. Refresh Streamlabs. And bring in what players are here. Okay, hey guys. Don't mind me, I've got Froyo that I'm gonna be eating.
Hello.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
I'm awake.
But at what price?
My sanity.
Fair enough. Alright, so last we were playing, you guys solved the mystery of who had been creating yarn critters and sending them to attack people. And that, of course, was Erias, a dwarf kicked out of the Weavers Guild for harboring and raising a cloaker.
Yes.
I probably should have gone further back in the recap than just what you're doing.
It happens.
You guys left Saints Haven to go to Iril so that you could get, one, a book of records to somebody there named Morning Glory, and two, so you could get something that would prevent you from getting sick when you go through the rifts. Through the rift, singular, sorry, there's just one. Semi-non-violently solved, yeah, that's true. Not right now, darling. You went through Silverhill, you went through Etria, you went through Comet's Glory, which is where you currently are. We're not going to do any much more stuff in Comet's Glory because I have a better idea. So.
Oh dear.
Is there anything anybody would like to do in Comet's Glory? Anyone you want to talk to? Anything you want to do?
Are we... how much longer are we here for?
Hold on. Where's JD? God damn it. One of our players is missing.
Is JD not here?
I mean, take a guess.
Gosh diddly darn it. Every time.
Every time.
If I'm the #1 punch boy, JD is the #1 noodle lad. Something. Because they're constantly noodling around. Hey!
But JD! Hurry up! Hurry up! Mom!
Oh boy.
That should kick the computer into gear. It won't do anything. I'm gonna eat my Froyo. I'm eating Froyo right now, so don't fault me.
You're whating?
Eating frozen yogurt.
Oh, that's fine. I'll allow it.
So is there anything any of you would like to do in Comet's Glory?
Why, yes, there is.
A few things.
And what might that be?
I would like to use my ability.
Okay. Sure. Roll 2d6.
Well, that is, that's a 7.
Okay. It's a partial
so
success.
I'm going to ask you...
Wait, hold on. Did you add half your wisdom modifier?
Yes.
Okay.
I got 5, and then... Wait, half my wisdom modifier is gonna be rounded down, so that's only a 6. Never mind.
What'd you roll? What's your wisdom?
4 and a 1. My wisdom is a 17.
Didn't you just up it?
Yeah, I just upped it to 17.
Oh, okay. So you got a 6?
Yeah, never mind.
Yep, that's not gonna work.
I guess I'm gonna have to look for a nice tapestry shop the old-fashioned way.
That's what you were gonna use your ability on?
Yes.
Oh my god. Alright.
There's the guy who nearly got smothered by the rug who see what
Orisk, yeah.
he's stealing.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about him.
That's why you originally
Were you
went over
helping
there
save
when
his
you,
life? Maybe you could get a discount.
Oh, you know
Wait,
what they
sorry,
have
that was my
inside
evil
the-
character talking. Mir would never do that.
No, but you have a point.
You know what they haven't checked on in a while? Where's Nyx?
I guess, yeah, let's...
What is Watson
Let me go
doing?
talk to the guy about... Oh dear. Let me go talk to the guy, I guess, about that.
Alright, sure. 1 second though, I have to roll something. That's cocked. It's a 6. Finance, no, I don't like that. That's a 3. Okay. Alright, nothing really happens. Yeah, okay, so you go back to Orisk,
Alright.
the merchant that you were, that you saved from the, rug of smothering.
I guess it's time for Temp to go shop, rug shop, or not rug, tapestry shop.
Yeah, so...
What was?
Do we have JD here?
Yeah.
I think so.
Hey, finally. We are currently taking care of the last things you wanted to do in Comet's Glory. Alright, so, you can go to Orisk, and while he can't give you one for free because you saved his life, because he is the, proprietor of the store, which it represents the whole guild. They'll get mad at him if he
Right.
does that. He will give you, like, a super discount.
Alright,
Tell me
let's see,
what
is there
you're looking
anything-
for,
I
like,
don't-
design-wise.
I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Well, decide.
Oh, jeez, I have to, like, make decisions here? I'm out. I don't know, is there anything with, like, dragons on it?
Probably. Good Jesus God. I looked up cost of a tapestry D&D 5th edition, and the 4th entry down is D&D 5e. How much does a slave cost? What the hell? Guys!
Some people running some dark campaigns out there.
Apparently
Yeah.
so.
An evil campaign. Don't judge.
Jesus.
As someone who plays an evil campaign, I say, who the heck buys slaves? You kill a whole school of fencers, and then the surviving one is like, "That you are so awesome!" It starts following you around, and that's not even an
Well, no, here's the
exaggeration.
thing. You capture them and then sell slaves. That's why you need to know the price. Okay, anyway,
We're gonna say
that's not this
350.
campaign.
So, we're gonna say
It
I'm
most
sorry.
definitely
300,
isn't.
so down to 150.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna find something with a bunch of cool dragons on it, though.
Sure,
Because we
yeah.
clearly need that in the hallways.
You can find, let's see. You can find a tapestry, that depicts all the metallics, actually.
Oh, that sounds really cool. Yeah, let's. We're
Yeah,
going
it's
for that
got,
one.
it has, bronze and brass, and then copper and gold, and then a silver at the top.
Ooh, I like it.
It's very, very pretty. Ordinarily it would be 300, but he'll cut the price in half for you.
So 150. Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright.
I'm just gonna hand. Yep,
Follow me.
sounds good to me.
Hold on, I gotta raise my internet windows. Bridgetol, thank you for the follow.
All right, I
Welcome
think
to the
I'm
Irie.
good then.
Glad to have you on board. Alrighty.
Now that I have my delightful tapestry.
Okay.
As
What
opposed to, of
else?
course, tapestry.
That's fair. What else,
is-
would anyone like to do?
I've eaten
Um,
this town, yes?
You've what?
I've eaten pastry in this town, right?
I don't think so.
I think so, yeah.
I guess the only thing I want to do is maybe talk to Lady Sapphire.
Sure, go ahead.
Is she with us?
Yeah, sure.
That's awkward.
Now she is.
Shopping trip.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to ask her?
Oh, I just want to ask her, like, what's up with the snowstorm?
Oh, the snowstorm. She says, we often get storms here in Comet's Glory. The spring rains especially are sweeping up from the south, and they usually end up in prolonged storms that end on the top of the mountains. They don't go over the mountains or high enough to end here, and of course on the other side is the desert. So we catch all residual moisture from the sea.
So we'll be safe to travel once we cross over, right?
Oh yes, certainly.
So it wasn't dark magic?
Dark magic? No, no.
Darn.
Yeah.
I was hoping I would get to punch a dark magic today.
A whole dark magic.
One whole dark magic.
Alright. Okay.
Minato just shakes her head.
Oh, something else I gotta mention. I forgot about this.
Oh jeez.
You guys woke up to do all this, yeah?
Uh-huh.
You woke up from your snooze. Minato has her new pin, her moonflower. Her silver moonflower. Temp,
Yes, it is the temp boy.
you had a dream.
Oh jeez.
In this dream,
Was it a dream or a dream with a capital D?
somewhere between.
Oh jeez.
In this
Music?
dream, you were in a forest. And it was a forest filled with the largest trees you could ever imagine existing. Far larger than any in Iril, in Rhyolaith Woods, even from the Viridian Sea, which you've never been to, but you know, you've heard stories about it. This forest was massive.
Ooh, I like it.
And
As a wood elf, I have to love trees.
you were standing in this forest, and you heard trumpeting? War horns, maybe? But it sounded so much more musical than that. And you didn't understand what you heard. And then, time passed, and you were standing near a cave, and you saw this massive, sort of flesh-colored worm bursting out of the ground, spewing these little maggot things out of its mouth, and you could see creatures almost made of light. They were so brilliant, charging around this thing, blasting it with magic, and one of them stopped and looked at you. And it was a creature, 4 legs, vaguely resembling a horse, clear gray eyes, and a horn made of diamond.
Oh.
And it looked
That sounds
directly
fancy
into
as
your
heck.
eyes and dipped its head
Oh.
to you. And then turned back to the battle. And above the battle, flying, helping, calling lightning down from this brilliant blue sky, you saw Tiska.
Tiska!
And then another moment passed, and you saw Tiska in the woods walking with several of these unicorns. And then another moment passed, and you saw her laying her hand on the trunk of a massive tree.
Ooh.
And then you saw the forest from afar. And you saw the wind
Okay.
sweeping over the canopy, and then the image froze. And after a couple of seconds, through your view, it started to shatter. Started to
Oh, no.
crack, spiderwebbing through your eyes, through your gaze, until the entire thing just shattered.
Okay.
That's what you saw.
Cool. I guess. Not really sure how to interpret that, but you know, we take those, I guess.
Well, is it past, future, possible?
Who knows? I
You don't
certainly
know.
don't. I have an intelligence of 7. I don't know a lot of things.
I forgot about that. Oh, okay, so that's what you saw. So you had that dream.
Cool.
Should I,
Sorry,
my
back to
things?
you. Whoever was going next.
Well, Mir's gonna spend some time looking for, possible potion ingredients. And if we're here for more than one day, I might use, there was one spell, or one potion base that required using a spell slot, so I might spend some time
Yes,
doing that.
alright.
One second, let me just bring up the chart.
Sure, sure.
We should probably check in with Lorelei if we can.
Ah,
Hmm.
yes.
Fill her in on the exploits.
Sure. What'd you get with your 2d6?
Oh, I haven't rolled, I was bringing up the thing.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead and make the yellow base. Go for it. That's easy enough.
Do I need to roll for that, or is
Nah,
that
you just expend a spell slot and make 4 of them.
Neat.
Did I say
Alright.
4 or 1d4?
Uh,
I don't
1d4 is what it says
Okay,
on the
so
sheet.
yeah, you do need to roll for that.
Roll 2d6 and a d4. Oof. So I got 2 for the d4, and for the 2d6, I get 8.
Alright. Yeah, you,
And that is with half my wisdom modifier.
okay, yeah, you poke around specifically in the mines. And you find 1 mineral. So go ahead and mark that down.
And if I didn't get a chance to get yarn before the whole something, or the whole rug trying to strangle someone thing happened, I will, go get more yarn.
Yeah, of course, no worries.
And
It's like-
refill my,
2 gold a skein or something. Skein?
Oh,
Skein?
wow.
Skein.
Fancy yarn.
Skein, apparently.
And I will probably also fill up my healer's kit, because I can actually use that for shit now, because I took
Yeah.
the fee. And some
Alright.
evening, Mira's going to kind of slip out of the hotel while the moon is out, assuming there is a night where I can actually bloody see it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, towards
Was
the
there-
evening,
there's
actually,
the,
I'm gonna say the storm does lessen, so you should be able to get out of this place tomorrow.
there isn't like an actual temple to the Celestial family in this town, right?
No.
Okay. Yes, I will just bundle up in my warp cloak, go out, find a spot where I can see the moon, and roll a little blanket and set my holy symbol out. And here we'll have a little chat with her gods.
Sure.
She kind of does her usual prayers, and then says, so hi, this is Mir. You probably knew that, being all powerful gods and whatnot. So I just wanted to say that I haven't forgotten about the city of ash and dust and what happened. But I'm trying to do better and to really think through my decisions, keep those around me alive, and hopefully from doing anything too crazy. I guess just hopefully I'm headed in the right direction.
Roll religion.
Oh, okay. 4.
Okay. Let's see if anybody takes notice.
And that's it. She says her prayers, burns a little candle, then goes back in and gets cozy.
Sure thing. Noted. Alright. Anyone else? Did you want to ask anything else to Lady Sapphire, Zachary?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, what do you want
feel-
to ask her?
Like, they have tea houses here, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know she's probably busy helping out and doing official stuff. But could I just... She seems to be a powerful caster. I want to kind of tell her about what we're doing with the Rift. I think she should be probably made aware so she can carry that information on to the people she works with.
Oh, yes, she's very interested in this, actually. She says,
Oh, as soon as she shows interest, I'm going to talk for 3 hours.
that's fine, she listens. She's
Oh, boy.
she apparently
That's-
has all the time in the world.
Whoa! So yeah, what does she think of our adventure?
Pepper Capaloki, thank you for the follow. Hold on. Welcome to the Ivory. I'm glad to have you on board. She is most curious about where the rift came from. And she wants to know if you know.
No.
Does anyone?
Not that I've found.
How can we not know?
I don't think recorded history just has that down.
Are you certain? We could search through the archives of the Queen's library. Perhaps it might have something.
You know, I'd be all about that. I'm so glad you said that.
Of course, come with me. Do you think any of your companions would want to accompany us?
Minato will join
I'll
in.
raise my hand and be like, hey, how's it going?
Alright.
Sure. Oh, another thing Mio does at some point is sends a letter back to Saint Haven for V and Lorelei and whatnot.
Okay. Alright, so you guys, is everybody going up?
Might as well.
Yeah, why not?
Field trip.
Alright. Yeah, Lady Sapphire leads you through the city, around the lake in the middle, to the palace, the Mirror Palace. Or no, did I call it the Mirror Palace? What did I call it? The Shining
thing.
Palace? I don't remember. It's like 4 or 5 sessions ago. Yeah, she leads you to the palace, which I guess I'll title now as the Shining Palace. Which is, of course, the dwelling place of the Mirror Queen. And she leads you up through... The gates are surprisingly not really guarded. There's like 2 guards standing there, and they see Lady Sapphire and kind of dip their heads to her. And she just leads you guys through, up to the palace and in.
Let's do it.
Alright. Who's got Nyx, by the way?
That would be Minato.
Minato, yeah.
Alright, just making sure.
Just perched on her shoulder.
He's far too large for that.
Ah.
He's the size of a golden
Wait,
retriever.
still trying to convince me he's a little lap doggy.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, lapdog? Okay. I guess she will be holding her in her arms and petting.
Alright. He still might be a little large for that. He's, again, the size of a golden retriever.
Oh, someone said lapdog. Now it's a golden
Nope.
retriever. Okay.
I mean,
that's
My golden
that's-
retriever likes to believe he's a lapdog, but, you know, his belief and reality are somewhat,
I see nothing
smashed.
wrong with this.
very, very well.
Like, at all.
So, Lady Sapphire leads you, not through near the throne room at all, but around through a couple of hallways, back into a library. And it doesn't look like it's been frequented very often, but it is clean. And you can see, not only are there shelves full of books, but there are also, like, artifacts on display, like pieces of artwork and, like, just ancient artifacts, like a really old tool or a old map or a set of armor. You can see these things just sort of on display around this room. And she says, be very careful, just very careful in here. Some of these things are extremely old. Yeah.
Falcon, from my experiences as a specifically an old artifact and object hunter, what springs out to me as we walk through here?
Oh, Give me a little bit to think about that, actually. That might, give me a minute to think about that one. Oh, I forgot about
That's
that.
fine.
Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so Lady Sapphire says, be very careful, some of these artifacts are extremely old. But feel free to search through the books carefully to see if any mention of the rift is made. I have spent time in this library myself, and I don't recall it, but I don't believe I've read every book here, so no human would have time for that.
I picked the oldest one that I am allowed to touch.
Okay, yeah, it's this really big old tome, and it is written in Draconic.
Never mind.
Oh, you can't read Draconic?
No!
Oh.
There's something celestial I can read. Hey, Minato, can you help me out, maybe? You know this one, right?
Certainly.
Awesome, thank you.
Let me just page through the index here. And...
Okay. It is not related to the rift at all. It is actually, hilariously, it is a book detailing, the original setup of Comet's Glory, and the first mithril shipments out. This town is very old.
I will relay this information back to the party.
Maybe we don't need...
Do I see any that are in Orin or the like? Maybe there's one on Elemental Plane of Air that mentions this gateway?
That'd be cool. Yeah, planar stuff is smart to look for.
You don't see any books written in Orin. Orin is a very hard language to scribe. But you do see, one letter which bears these strange sort of curling symbols that translate to the sounds of Orin that you know. And it is a letter. And it is a little bit ragged around the edges.
Me too.
And most of the words have faded away. But a couple of them you can read still. A couple of them are just barely legible. And you can read, like, the start, which is my dearest, and then it comes intelligible, or unintelligible again. And like a couple lines later, setting up the town, and then nothing, and then just smudges and faded away. And then help with, and just like a couple other phrases. But it looks like this was a letter from someone to someone in this town at the time it was made.
Interesting.
I'm like,
Why is it written in this language? Anybody? Everybody? Lady Sapphire, you got a guess? Who made this place?
The letter. She looks over and she's, this looks to be one of the letters from, well, it might be a letter to the very first Mirror Queen.
I didn't realize there were multiple.
Yes, every Queen of Comet's Glory is the Mirror Queen. The title's passed down.
Guys export mirrors or something?
Sorry? What was that?
Nothing, sorry.
No, like you literally broke up and I didn't hear you.
You guys export mirrors on the side? I don't understand.
No, it's simply a title.
Okay.
If you want to
Because
insight
shiny mithril, right?
do it! And she looks at you and goes, yes.
Because last time I checked, mirrors are not made of mithril.
No, they aren't, but there's only so many words you can use for shining before it gets a little bit redundant.
I gotcha.
Oh my god, if you want to insight check her.
Back to the books now.
Oh my god! Alright, I'm gonna roll a d4, which is effectively flip. No, I'm gonna flip a coin.
Come on, man.
What coin should I flip?
2 to the
I've
left,
got a fancy one.
one
but
up,
Like,
right there.
just like a
Give me-
quarter? A penny? What?
Give me a penny and I know heads.
If I could
Okay.
pass you my fancy one, I would, but
Alright, let's do this.
It's a steampunk one. It's got a helm on one side and a ship on the other.
I have a couple D3s.
What were you calling, Zekra?
Heads.
Heads for what?
Heads for you know what.
I don't actually.
What are we flipping for?
You don't know.
Then how can I call it?
Just like, do it.
Heads.
Alright. Here's tails. You don't see anything that specifically pertains to your interests, past or present.
Okay.
Zakra. Let's see here. Who else is looking through the books?
Minato is.
Alright, go ahead and just roll me investigation.
Very well. I'm not entirely sure what my investigation is, so I will just go with intelligence, and that will be an 18.
Oh, that's very good. You kind of wander through these bookshelves. Just looking over them, because you know Draconic is the language of magic, and then, a rift is old enough that maybe it's, maybe Celestial Infernal maybe could be useful. So you peruse for a time, and you find a book that catches your eye, and it is a black-bound tome, and it is extremely thin, almost like a children's book, really. And you open it, you take it down and you open it, and it's not written in a language you understand.
Hmm.
I don't suppose I can understand.
What language do you know?
Let me double check.
What is the look of the script?
Common, Orin, and I don't know if they transcribe sign in particular, because that's more of a not written language.
You can't read it, no.
Alright,
it is these
Can I read?
fascinating, just like curling, shimmering letters that almost seem to move when you look at them or have depth within the page.
Can I identify the language?
Yeah, sure.
Zakra, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Yeah. What do we got? What do we got? What check is this? Actually, do I speak this?
Yeah,
Oh, this is Celestial.
that's correct. This is Celestial.
Wow.
And you open it up, and
Damn.
there's no title. It's just the first page is a picture, and it's 10 circles.
Or are these the
Um,
planes?
Well, let me
Maybe.
real quick figure out what
Sorry.
these circles are colored. Let's see. One is black. One is blue, one is gold, one is white. One is green, one is dark, dark, dark brown. One is a deep crimson. One is the color of sand. Did I get all of them? No. One is yellow, and one is orange. So that's the first page. And when you open to the next couple pages, it is a poem of sorts? But while you speak Celestial and you know the tongue, this scripting style is so goddamn old, you can literally not understand the syntax of it. So you can pull a
Just
couple
like a
words
modern
from
person
each...
trying to read old English.
Right. Kind of. Yeah, like, the script is right, the letters are right, but it just doesn't make any sense when you put the sounds together.
Lady Sapphire, are there any historians in this town that might be able to handle this one?
She comes over and she says,
I'm
"Oh,
getting
no,
nowhere.
I haven't... I've looked through this book before, and I couldn't make any sense of it then, and I can't make any sense of it now, and if I can't, I doubt anyone else can. Maybe the
Well,
queen, but
actually,
I don't know if even
Would
she would be able
I-
to."
we're on the way to Hyrule to meet with some scholars. Do you mind if I copy down a page or two from this and I can take it along and see what they think?
No, not at all. Be careful, but of course,
Very-
you can copy it down.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah,
That's true. You're a temple acolyte.
hand it over.
That and my parents own a bookshop.
It's
And
true.
I-
Yeah, go for it.
also, there's a Kenku trait, expert forgery, duplicate other creatures' handwriting and craftwork.
Oh,
Manage an
damn.
alternate fate to produce forgeries or duplicates of existing objects.
Holy
Literally-
shit, yeah, no, you're made for this job. Despite the fact that you can't physically comprehend the celestial characters, you can script them down.
Dang.
I will also make a little copy of that front page with the circles. 'Cause it looks
Sure.
interesting.
You copy down the colors too?
If I can, I'll note them down if I don't have something on me that has the right colors.
Okay.
Because I know I have paper and ink, but I don't know if I have it in different colors.
Sure thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say you probably don't have all the colors. Unless you have like a painter's kit.
I don't, but I'll make like maybe in charcoal or something I can erase. I'll make little notes about what color each one is, and I'll color them in later.
Sure, yeah. Alright.
Do I need to roll for it, or are we?
No, not with that frickin' Kenku trait and also your backstory.
Sweet.
Nah, you can just do that, son.
So I spend some time copying.
Lady Sapphire actually watches over your shoulder and she's like looking at these letters, just like pondering over them, and she's like, I don't understand what these mean. And she
Yeah,
just
by the
seems so
way,
shocked by that.
Out of general habit, sort of like humming slightly or rather imitating the sounds of some song she knew. It sounds like some sort of temple song that she knew or that she might have heard while she was, like the choir might have been singing somewhere while she was in the library working on her scribing.
Okay.
I assume this is not the kind of like puzzling language that comprehend languages would work on.
No, you can already read it. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I gotcha.
This is language old enough that you can sense magic inherent in the words.
Wow.
Damn.
Next book, probably going to be one of the last ones we see here.
Okay. Roll
And you
investigation.
peruse things while mirror copies.
Right, it's going to be 17 plus 7.
Damn. All right. You wander through these bookshelves, Sakro. And you took a look at the Celestial, you couldn't understand it, and you're like, alright, I'm just gonna copy it, I'm gonna go look for something else. And you're searching, are you actively searching for something?
Yeah, I'm looking for an old book that has something to do with the Rift.
Okay.
Pretty good at books, so...
Yeah, I don't think you find that.
Okay.
But you find, and this is funny, you find a copy of a book, and it's a collection of essays, most of which you don't understand or care about. One of which is exceedingly familiar to you.
I don't understand. What is it?
It's yours. It's your essay on the Geyer Memoria. It's the one you published.
Oh, that one. Okay, so we're not looking at the future this time. Yeah, I don't pick it up.
Well, you already picked up this book of essays.
I don't want to look at it. I put it back.
Okay.
And ideally nobody saw that.
Is anybody watching Zakro?
Like, it doesn't have a flash.
I'm busy scribing.
Oh, definitely.
Minato is looking for a book
I'm
of her
taking a
own.
little peek over there, seeing what Zakhar's doing every once in a while.
Well, hopefully I slipped it back before everybody really...
Roll perception.
Yeah, anybody wanted to spot that roll perception?
Oh, Temp didn't see it.
Whew.
I rolled a 3.
Well, alright.
Yeah, Temp didn't
14.
see it.
Ooh. Zachary,
I
you're
got
gonna
a
have to roll
plus-
me a
I
sleight of
got a
hand.
23.
Oh!
So I was busy, but at some point I apparently looked up and saw this. Unless Zakro rolled really well on stealth.
I got like a 6.
Like a what?
Like a 7-ish. What's my bonus? I rolled a 2. Oh, my stealth is +6. So 8.
Yeah, no, you're spotted. You guys, you look up and you see Zakro at the far end of the aisleway, I guess. Take this other book and kind of flip through it, and then he stops and stares at one, and then he just shuts it and shoves it back on the shelf and looks around.
Can I insight?
Go for it.
Ready for some deception rolls here?
Not as good. I got a 13.
Alright. What's my deception? 1.
Damn.
Seven?
Inter-party checks. Inter-party checks.
18.
So Mir's just like, huh, and goes back to scribing, I guess.
Yeah, I just, it wasn't relevant. Lady Sapphire, where did you get that?
Get what?
Or rather, why did you get that? It doesn't. It's one of your interests.
Are you asking her?
Yeah.
Oh. Why did I get what?
You know, my book.
Pardon me, you never introduced yourselves.
I'm
thought we
Mir Alex, is Mir from her scribing station.
I know vaguely who you are, but... you wrote a book?
Zakro Firefoot, at your service.
Oh, yes! Yes,
I'm so sorry. Earlier.
Well, I don't own any of this. But,
Of course.
but our lady has a habit of collecting things she finds of interest, and most of that is artwork or information of various types. She must have found it interesting.
Well, I guess. Alright, well, as nice as that is, we still haven't found anything on the history of the Rift. You would know better than me about the cataloging here. Is there anything relating to interplanar exploration, preferably old stuff?
Give me just a second. Let's see what spells she's got. Or what abilities she's got. She'll take a look. Real quick.
I'd like to assist.
Okay. That was real bad. She rolled a 7, so that's... She got an 18 with advantage, which is not great.
Okay.
She looks around, but, ultimately, the most useful thing is that little black book that you guys found.
Well, glad we're getting that down.
Like, you just keep coming back to that little book.
Yeah.
And in it... Here, maybe I didn't quite make this clear. You can get a word or two. You can parse the occasional word. And understand it. And you get a couple. And you get... What really brings this is you do see the word rift.
Okay.
And that's in there. And then you've got, like, through, or, like, hunted, or, just other random words. But this definitely is related to the rift somehow.
Alright, well, that's what we got.
Alright.
Probably best to take our leave then. I really appreciate the access to this wonderful library.
Of course,
Yeah.
it wasn't a problem. It's been lovely having you here, and I thank you again very much for your assistance to the city. If you have, well, Marsha kind of pauses and thinks about it. And it says, if you would ever need the services of the city, you can send a message here, and I will pass it on to Our Lady.
Thank you. Hopefully we won't need it, but I'm hoping to hear from y'all again. Plus, I've got to send you a note once we figure out what's in the little book, yeah? So.
Of course, yes.
Thank you for the DM, Falcon. I will do that now.
Okay. You told me you wanted to, and I've just been waiting for you to do it.
Yeah, there hasn't been a great opening, but I'm gonna retroactively apply this earlier when we were talking about mirrors.
Sure. That's a good place.
Give me that roll, give me something good. It's my bonus. Ah! My bonus is 0.
What's her deception? Ooh. What'd you get?
19.
Oh. Yeah, she's lying. There's definitely a different reason. She's just making shit up.
I narrow my eyes, but not in agreement. Then I elbow temp.
Okay.
Oh.
Pretty legit.
Hmm?
She's gonna insight check you.
She knows I've been telling her the truth.
She wants to know what that look meant. She gets an 8. I don't think that learns anything.
Aha! I am victorious. And, how are we gonna get a message to you in the event that we do need your help?
Oh, any postal system that delivers to Comet's Glory should be just fine.
You know, I thought you meant quickly. Okay. You know, like magic and stuff.
Well, you could use a spell to do it if you have one. Sending word.
What's your stone number?
Oh.
Just your work number.
Yeah, okay. Sure, she'll give you, like, actually, roll persuasion.
Okay. Genty. That's gonna be a 14 plus 1, 15.
Oh boy. It's a 14. She looks you over and goes, all right, and gives you her work sending stone number, not her personal, her work.
No, that's fine.
Aw.
That's fine.
She's a 2. So why'd you elbow temp earlier?
You know, sometimes I get this gut feeling, and I'm not very insightful, but I get this
Well-
feeling he's about to do something.
So what
See,
do you
your
want?
first mistake is thinking temp is gonna ever be helpful.
So what do you want him to do?
Oh no, I
Please
thought you were
communicate.
actually Sapphire.
No, I'm
No.
asking as the DM right now.
I wanted to insight check Lady Sapphire.
Me?
Yep.
You have 17.
Oh wait. Oh wait.
Yeah, you're not.
Actually, I can...
On 0 wisdom.
You're a monk.
Right. I forgot it was wisdom.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Baby.
Yeah.
Them's the good rolls.
It's either
That's
like
a 7.
2 or a... Okay, alright. Yeah, she got
As I said, only the
something
good rolls today, ladies and gents.
that was... You know what? Fuck it, I'll give you advantage.
My 2 rolls today have been a 3 and a 4. And that's another 4.
Well, she gets something that is much higher than a 4, so you can't read her.
Let me see if I can't find another die. Anyway, continue. I shall return.
So, are you gonna, like, talk to your party, Sakura?
Yeah, once we're at
What's talking?
your shot.
Once you're out of Lady Sapphire's earshot. Okay.
Where are you shooting
Just
her ears?
like we'll meet you back at the place before we leave.
And she...
Office. Whatever.
What are you telling her to do?
To we just need some time to reconvene before we make our next plan. And we'll meet her somewhere.
Your next plan, which is to leave
Leave the place, yeah.
the city. Okay, well then,
Definitely not
you don't need to
gonna
meet
hurt.
her before you go. You're just gonna, like,
I'd
leave.
like.
And she says, well, I do have other matters I need to attend to, and I haven't really been doing that over the last few days. Do you know how to get out of here?
No.
Is this one of those you can never escape sort of situations? Because I'm not about that.
Law.
I just want to know if you know how to exit the building.
No. How do I exit a building?
Alright, well, does anyone amongst you have a sense of direction?
Mira's pretty good about that kind of thing. Minato's pretty good.
Will you be able to... She looks at those two. Will you be able to lead them out of the building?
I'm good at going left from right.
I can, I have good sense.
It's not gonna be hard. She just wants to know if you can leave without her.
Yes, we should
I know
be
where
able
north
to.
is.
What's in north?
Alright, well,
I'll lead.
okay. Well, I do have other things I need to attend to, so if you feel comfortable exiting the building on your own, and as long as you ensure not to alter or break anything in this room, I will depart to take care of those myself.
Sure. Sounds
Alright.
good.
And she leaves. You are alone in the library.
Okay. So, guys, I'm definitely getting some weird vibes. And she knows a lot more than she's letting on. And I'm not sure I'm comfortable leaving unless we've gotten that all straightened out. Like, other things could be at play here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, non-magical snowstorm, definitely. Random, extremely magical problems popping up in the town. Like, how can we be sure things are safe here? And all this reference to, like, a ruling class and a leader and a lady that we've never actually seen or met, but everybody seems to obey. Anybody else find that weird? Just me?
The way
I-
lands are ruled can be strange sometimes.
I feel like we did get some indication that the snowstorm wasn't entirely normal. I think you were.
Yeah, how do we figure that out last time?
I don't mean it's necessarily nefarious. I just think we're not being told everything, and it irks me. Can I look up a book on the history of the Mirror Queen?
I'm sure
Sure.
you could find one somewhere around here.
Roll investigation.
I shall assist you in that matter.
Thank you. First one. 21 on that.
Alright. You take a couple minutes, the two of you, and you poke through the shelves, and you do find eventually what you're looking for, and it is a tome of important, like, lineages and stuff. Mostly of notable people in the town. But near the beginning, because some of the pages are blank because they have yet to be filled out. Near the beginning, you do find the lineage of the Mirror Queens. Comet's glory is... It is over 2,000 years old as a town. There have been 6 queens.
Excuse me? I'm gonna do some quick
Are they
math.
all elves, or?
I mean, it's possible. She looked like a human.
You've
And she
never
didn't say
seen
the
the Mirror
brooding
Queen.
bodies were related, so I doubt. I mean, unless there's half elves.
You've not seen the Mirror Queen?
No, we saw. You're right. We did not.
This is the Mirror Queen, not Lady Sapphire.
Looks
Yeah.
like a human. Okay. Yeah, no, probably that then. No elves.
You also notice that their names, they don't have multiple names. It's just, like, one word. The first, like, the oldest queen is Cariolus. That's it, just Cariolus. That's her name. The one after her is, Eoncephel. Let me write these down. Cariolus. The third queen is, I think it's Inara? I think it was just Inara. And then the fourth... I'm literally making up these. Don't tell my players, but I'm making these up as I go along. So Actually, let's name it after... Let's name it after my latest follower.
I hear you talking to Falcon, but it's not coming through.
Don't worry, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's you, Google.
Brigadalion. And then... Pericoli. And then Caesurian. Sarah... Lol. Sarah Locks and Caesurian. Those are the 6 queens. Cariolus, Eoncephel, Inara, Brigadalion, Seralox, and Caesurian.
And I've never heard of any of them?
Roll history.
Alright.
I roll history as well?
Yeah, go for it. Everybody do it.
Sure.
I think, yes, history is one I'm actually proficient in, so it offsets my terrible intelligence bonus. Of course, if I roll a 3...
Aww.
You can also
Yeah, that's
see
totally
that
fine.
Caesurian has been queen for over 300 years.
Okay.
Because it is not combat.
We got an 18, a 13, a 21. Like a 5 or something, Mir. How about you, Tim?
Yeah.
12.
Alright, that's probably to be expected. Alright. Minato, you're the only one that knows.
Mm-hmm.
Coriolis, the oldest name on this list, is familiar to you. And you try and figure out why. And you run it over in your head, the name. Coriolis, Coriolis. Where have you heard this name before? Did somebody tell you about her? Did you read about her somewhere? It was definitely you read about her somewhere, but where? And you think about it, and you think about it, and you think about it. This name, it's over 2,000 years old. Who the hell was Coriolis? And then you very, 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 very faintly remember. There was a story you heard once. In a book. In your hometown. And it concerned some travelers going from Suthara to Fencelin, your home. And the travelers were caught in a snowstorm and attacked by feral mountain drakes on a mountainside. Then they accidentally stumbled into their territory and couldn't defend themselves, and they were saved by Coriolis.
A group of travelers? Do I remember what the travelers were?
Yeah, it was a bunch of you, Auntie. This is really old.
Uh-huh.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, back when they traveled.
So actually, this story might have been older than the 2,000 years that the Comet's Glory has been around. In fact, you think it was much, much, much further than that. Because Coriolis in this story was young. She was little. She was barely bigger than the Drakes.
Does it say in the story whether she was an elf or something?
Oh yes, it definitely does. She was not an elf. She was a dragon.
A dragon.
This
is from...
And we go ahead and extrapolate from that.
I don't know, can you?
Yeah. I'm happy to from that.
Well, I guess that explains why the Mirror Queen has a representative who goes around town doing all the business.
Kinda does.
Because even if it's nice dragon, which I would think it would be, dragons have a hard time fitting through human-sized doorways.
Are you guys
Unless-
just like discussing this?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna happily talk about that. That's awesome.
No, go on, keep chatting.
We should discuss this probably outside of the palace of which this ancient figure resided.
It's not like a crime.
I suppose, but
And I would assume, I mean, there's
who knows who's listening in this palace of mirrors?
Hey, listening, here's me.
Wait, do you just straight up say that?
Yes.
Alright, give me just a second.
Can they telepathically speak to people? It doesn't say that they can. Well...
Ow. Sorry, I just hit my elbow on the table. Okay.
Nice.
Noted that you said that.
Well, neat. That explains a lot of the dragon iconography in the region.
Yes, but let's discuss this later. We have planning to
Yes.
do for the next part
Got
of our trip.
Let's head back to our lodgings, if we may.
Alright.
Mir packs up her copy carefully into something waterproof
I
and then.
appreciate that.
Hmm?
I appreciate that. Getting that done. That's going to be so useful, I hope.
So, okay. What are your passives again?
Mine is 14.
13.
13.
16.
Stealth plus 5, that's a 24. Okay. Yeah, you guys go ahead, you finished copying the little black book, and you leave the library, and then you leave the palace.
Great library. Alright? Yeah.
When we
As you are leaving, you notice that the storm is quieting down. You can see the clouds are clearing somewhat.
I would never have thought that I would find so many great libraries in my travels.
It's less of a
Libraries
library,
are
more of a
neat.
collection.
still
Damn, I didn't figure it out. Alright, so you guys are headed back to the,
Mir sort of tugs Sakura slightly aside and asks, "So what did you see in that book that you closed so fast? Was it like
Oh no, it was
a bunch of like terrible drawings or something, or was it just a joke so bad you had to close it and toss it?"
Was it weird fanfic?
Like- no, fortunately. Luckily. No, it was just really irrelevant and just old bad info.
roll deception.
Let me live.
No.
Work that charisma?
Yeah.
Alright. I can do this. 12. I should have just taken a predictive roll.
Mir, what's your
Yes, with
insight
my
bonus?
A +7, and I rolled a 6, so I got a 13.
Your passive
Hey.
is better anyway, so. Yeah, he's lying. Soup? No, it's frozen yogurt.
Mir kind of looks at you oddly and like, and someone says, "Sakura, are you okay?"
I'm good. I'm good. Promise.
Anything bad in the book?
Nothing bad. Look, okay. I've done a lot of work, and some of it is older work, and it's just not my best. You know.
Oh no, yeah, I get
So
it.
is it really weird fanfic?
Yeah, I believe me. I have a
For real? Yeah.
my mother keeps the first hat I ever crocheted, and I honestly wish she'd just burn it. So I feel that pain. Mir gives you a little pat on the shoulder and continues walking.
Bullet dodged.
Alright. Alright, so you guys head back to your place of lodging. Can't remember what it was called. Don't remember if I even named it.
Packing. Pastry sampler. Go.
Oh, you want to get pastries?
I mean, I guess I'll just get a box for the party, like, for the road.
Okay, roll investigation with advantage just to make sure you remember where this place is.
That's gonna be a 18 and an 18.
Alright, wow. Yeah. You can go find the pastry shop. It's called Snowcaps.
Cute. Okay, yeah, I get a box for the road. For all of us.
Alrighty, that's gonna be, I'm gonna say 6 gold.
Yep. Oh, good. I still have some.
Okay, yeah, you get a box. It holds, how many in a box from Bill's? 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the cheapest thing in this entire place.
Awesome.
Alright, and you guys go ahead, you spend your night, and in the morning the sky is completely clear and sunny, to the point where it has actually started to melt some of the snow. You are free to leave Comet's Glory.
Let's do it.
Is there agreement from the rest of the party?
Let me catalog our belongings first.
Sure.
Want to make sure we have enough supplies.
Absolutely. Can I help?
Sure.
What exactly are you doing?
Just cataloging our supplies and
We're like
You've been-
tallying, doing some math.
giving a rough estimate of whether or not we have a probable amount to make it through the desert or wherever we're traveling.
I'm not gonna make food like a
But-
problem, because that's dumb and not fun.
Well, yes,
Good,
but
Good to keep track. This is in character indeed.
God just comes out
Jen.
of the sky and says that she's not gonna make food a problem.
so
Y'all, Fenty brings up a good point. We need to get some food for Nyx for the road.
Ah, that you do. What do you get for your delightful little Drake?
That's still
I'm trying to remember, did I determine whether he seemed to like, raw or cooked fish more?
He just ate them both.
Yay!
He's the pokey of dragons. Or drakes.
How about some berries and some fish jerky?
I mean,
Yeah, you can try and feed him some stuff. Do you want to just, like, try and offer him random foods?
No. I think we'll
Chicken
just
wing legs
stick
or
with getting a
pizza?
little supply of what we already know works for now, right?
Pizza. Pizza's better. Zombra from Overwatch. Totally
I
missed
guess.
what you said. What?
We probably just want to stick with buying what we know works.
Sure, yeah. Get some meat for your little guy if you want. Oops. Ow.
it would be most appreciated.
Oops. Oops.
Got it.
Flippity doodah.
Nyx, I would give you a hat, but I think you would rather just eat it.
Yeah, he looks up at you and like, burps. It's a pizza, good night. Oh, but pizza's great!
I wave my hand to dispel the obvious stench.
Oh,
Not in people's faces, Nick.
It's not that bad. It's not that nasty.
It is.
Alright, so. You guys are good to go. Do you grab your cart and horses? And make your way out of the town through the mountain pass. Any objections to this, or?
Not
No.
at all.
Alright. Yeah, the pass is high walls, sheer gray rock leading down to this narrow opening. It's almost too narrow for your cart to get through. You wonder how people come through here most of the time, and then you realize, oh, nobody comes from the desert to Comet's Glory.
true.
Nobody goes to the desert. And as you make your way along this pathway through the mountains, let's see. I think all these passives are accurate. Minato and Mir. You guys distantly hear the sound of, like, some creatures fighting off in the mountains. You
Mighty.
guys
Big creatures, little creatures,
sounds pretty
bird,
big.
reptile, crawling.
They sound pretty big. Like really big.
Do we hear the animals themselves, or the motion? I'm crashing
You
into
hear
things?
like some roars and like a high-pitched screech.
I will.
Wings you to sides with pizza.
I will
put
turn to
anything
the
on pizza.
party and give them a sort of cautious look, put my hand on my rapier, and try to become one with the night.
Well, it's daytime,
a-
so good luck.
With a 25 to stealth.
Jesus. I want to stress these sounds are very, very, very far, very, very far off. Like, you only just barely managed to hear them.
Oh,
They're
okay.
nowhere close
Then
to you.
Can I hold that stealth until we get closer?
No, but you're not going in the same direction as the noise anyway. I just wanted to mention that it happened.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Can I tell what kind of animals they might be?
Roll Arcana.
Oh.
That's not gonna be particularly good.
BWWs.
Yeah, 2.
You have no idea. But oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. Love that
Minato
place.
doesn't do much better with a 10.
I mean, at least it's pure meat. Nope. Can't tell just from the sound. Alright, so you guys continue. And you manage to clear most of this mountain pass, and as you do, you come out of the other side and you start to take this sort of switchback path down through these very sharp mountain peaks. Or perhaps they're not that sharp, actually. I think they're a bit rounded from time. And you see in the distance through the peaks, you see the desert. Specifically, what you see is the Alabaster Expanse, which is the area surrounding the Great Salt Sea. And you can see it, and it is almost too blinding to look at because it is brilliant, bright white, and it is reflecting all of the sunlight. And as you, I want to also say that it takes multiple hours to get through this mountain pass. You are heading through some of the highest, hardest mountains in the world. The weather has been remarkably kind to you at this point. It is very clear, it's warm, and it is, agreeable for traveling, I want to say.
It's almost like the gods of the weather wish us to leave.
Gods.
Mir gives a little thanks to her gods, whether or not they had anything to do with it.
Alright.
We just thank you for giving us safe passage.
Alright. And, after most of the day has passed, you descending through the summit steps. And the summit steps, of course, are these massive, like, mountain plateaus and, big sort of rock formations that make up the area between the Kaival Reach and the Alabaster Expanse. And, you know this area... You know a couple things about this area. And I'm gonna let you know how much you know, because I'm gonna have you roll history, anybody who wants to.
Sure.
Minato is always about history.
Okay.
But,
17?
She's still quite hung up on that story. She remembered a 9.
Rip.
Mir gets a 17.
Okay. The one major thing about the summit steps is that it's important at all for you guys to know is that it, in all the world, is the one place where rocks live.
What?
Yeah, what does
Rocks.
that mean?
R-O-C-S.
That's-
Oh, ROC,
Oh,
like the flying birds.
Yeah, for what I thought you meant rocks and stones, and I was very confused.
Typical.
I didn't realize golems could live. in a civilization of their own.
Stream is better than games. No, that's absolutely true.
Don't get into
My
this
brain went
semantics
more.
argument, Minato.
Every other piece of stone is a figment of your imagination.
Mm-hmm. Caves, fake. Mountains, fake. Volcanoes, fake.
What's a mountain? Have you seen a mountain? I haven't seen a mountain.
Flat Earth, how about no Earth? Fake. It's all fake.
Earth is flat.
There's no mountain.
And now the weather.
Yep.
Okay. So, do you think we're gonna be in rock territory in terms of? Are we just passing by?
Already are.
Oh. Please be nice, bird friends. Praise.
I don't think that's how that works. So what do we want to do with that information?
Keep a low profile.
And how do you
Sounds
do
good
that?
to me.
Okay. How do you plan on doing that?
Walk quietly?
What I'm asking is, are you stealthing?
Yes.
Okay, then roll.
Much worse than my last one, because you won't let me keep it at 13.
Holy shit.
21.
Yeah, no, don't worry, you guys are fine. Alright. Everybody else? Use your words.
18.
Okay.
Second.
Minato is walking along, feeling a bit nervous about the thought of a rock taking her away.
Alright.
It's interrupting her
Nyx
concentration.
Gets a fucking lot. Holy shit, Nyx gets like a 23. Alright. Yeah,
Mir
you
would
guys...
give you a comforting hug, but Minato doesn't really do hugs, and I'm not sure Mir even knows what you're thinking anyway.
You guys head onwards. Now that you know that this area could be slightly dangerous, you try to make less noise. You dampen the sounds of the jingle of the horse's harness. You try and make sure the cart doesn't clatter around so much. And you're clear for a few hours of this descent through the summit steps. And at one point, this happens once. You hear something approaching, and all of you, so you hear it first. You detect the sound of wing beats. And you warn the party, and you guys sort of you press yourselves up against the rock face, and you cast some minor
Can I use
illusions.
stone shape to, or I was gonna say, can I like move the stone slightly over us?
Rolled. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
And you cluster against the wall and wait, and then overhead you do see just this massive raptor just come soaring over, these wings that are bigger than the sky almost. It seems it blots out the sun when it goes overhead and casts a shadow larger than a mountain. You see it fly overhead and then do just a circle that takes forever to complete, and then it flaps and heads east. You've escaped its notice.
Whew.
I received some suspicious pebbles in my day. Oh yeah.
Mir hugs Nyx for comfort.
Okay.
Let us keep moving. We don't know how much time we'll have before it comes back.
Sure. The sun begins to set. I said east. I meant west. Sorry, it flew off west because the sun also sets west. And it gets dark on you very quickly because you are on the eastern side of the mountains now, near the desert. And as soon as it disappears behind the peaks, the temperature just tanks, and it gets very cold. And in this fading light, you guys try to make it just another switch back down, and you round the bend on one of them, and incongruously, nestled in a little crevice between some of these peaks, there's a building. And it is a wood and stone building. It is large enough that it has like a stable attached to it, just a straight up full-size stable. And you can see outside the front door there's a sign, and it says the Traveling Tavern.
Hmm.
Hey, this
What?
Harry, what do we know about it?
Nothing.
Nothing? No historical anything?
You can try and roll for it if you want.
I'd like to roll for it.
Sure, roll history.
You're giving me anything my bonuses apply to today. This is amazing. 18.
You've heard of this once or twice? It wasn't here though.
Is it legit? Well,
Maybe you heard wrong.
maybe it's a franchise.
Oh, that's probably it. Yeah.
Traveling tavern? Not Traveler's Tavern. Traveling.
Traveler's Tavern. You know,
No, but the sign says Traveling Tavern.
Yeah, for when you're traveling.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Well,
The suspicion.
I don't see we have much better choice. It's either camp out here with the rocks or
Mir just, like,
take our chances with this.
Let's not.
Mir gets off the cart, like, creeps over and just pokes at the wall of the stable, just trying to see if it's real.
It is made of wood.
Is there anything
Looks
out
back
of
at
the
her
ordinary?
party and tilts her head in a quizzical fashion.
Anything out of the ordinary? I mean, this thing, logically, you don't know why it would be here, but there it is.
Can I do like an insight check or something?
You want to insight check the tavern.
No, just like, let me think. Like, does it look like it has been here for a while? Like, I mean, do I see paths going in and out, like, you know, beaten down area like a road? Or does it look like it just materialized out of nowhere and no one's ever walked up to the door here?
You can see that, yeah, I'm not gonna really make you roll for that. It's just kind of, it is directly on the pathway. You can step off the pathway directly pretty much onto the front door, and where the stable meets the pathway, the ground is flattened out so that it looks like it should just, you can just take your cart onto there, no problem. You don't know if that's intentional? Or if the ground just looks like that.
Are any lights on?
Yeah, there's lights glowing in the windows, and a lantern hanging out next to the sign.
I carefully scoot up and peer into the window, trying not to get noticed.
Okay, roll stealth. No, just Mir.
17?
Alright. Yeah, you creep up to the edge of the tavern, and you just peek over the edge of the windowsill, and inside you see it seems to be mostly empty. You see a couple people sitting at tables. You see an old man just like sitting in a chair next to the fireplace, totally conked out. And you see a bartender washing glass mugs at the bar.
I will scoot back over to the party and report what I have seen.
It seems normal enough. Mir, Temp, would you mind taking care of the wagon? Me and Brahm and Zakral will go inside and see if we can't get a room for the night.
Nah, why not?
Is, Nyx going with us or you guys?
Thank you for remembering Nyx.
Keep Nyx with you,
I can
Mir.
keep Nyx out there, yeah.
Zoogle! Zoogle or Zoogie? Zoogie.
Don't want to bring
77.
Don't want to bring an
Thank you
animal
for the
into a
follow. Welcome to the
tavern.
Iron. Glad to have you on board.
Well, he slept in the
don't-
room with us last time, but maybe we should wait and see how big the rooms are. If there's only, like, a big common room, it might be.
and the temperament of the innkeeper.
That, too. Mir's gonna dig through her bag of holding for some blankets to throw over the horses and Nyx. Till we figure out what's going on.
Okay. Sure. Alright, so who's going inside?
I believe it is Minato, Brahm, and Zakral.
Alright. And
I'm
you're
opening
not taking
the door.
Nyx? Nyx is outside. Okay. You guys, you open the door and you step inside, and there's a little tingle of a bell. And you step in, and it is warm and it smells quite nice. Smells like bread has just been baked, actually. And you step
I'm in.
in. I know you are. And you step in, and
Yeah,
there's some
if
quiet...
the smell of bread wafts out, Mir's head turns. Or she goes back to putting the horses in the stable.
It certainly does. And you hear very faint music, just like someone sort of messing around on a lute, maybe, next to the fire or somewhere else that you can't see them. And the bartender looks up and he goes, "Oh, welcome." And it is 8:34, so we're going to take a break.
Okie dokie.
See y'all in 10 minutes.
See ya. I'm going to play some music. I'll see you lovelies in 10 minutes. I'm going to play some music for you, and we'll be back. Alright. Okay. Let's get some music. Ooh, that's very loud. Alright. We all here?
Mm-hmm.
You.
No.
Ah, okay. Alrighty.
There goes
Well,
Brom.
thank you, Nove.
Yay, Brom's back.
Hey. Alright. So, Zakrau, Temp, and Minato? You're the ones who went inside?
Brom.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Brom,
Brom
not-
and Minato.
Zakrau, Brom, Minato. Alright. You guys went inside.
Temp and I are out tending the horses and
Door open.
And the bartender looks up and he sort of waves to you with the rag that he's holding. He says, "Come in."
I'm leaving the door open.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Because it's colder out there.
I guess I just don't want to, I don't want my friend to feel left out.
They
Aren't
can come in
animals-
too.
We have an animal we wish to keep with us.
That's fine.
not a service animal?
That's fine. As long as you don't break too much, it should be alright.
Do you have any open rooms for the night?
Of course we do. And he sort of, he sets down the glass he was drying with the rag and picks another one up out of the sink. Will cost you, though.
How much are we talking for? The room for... It's 5.
No, not gold.
Oh.
We don't... It's not exactly the currency we operate in here. No, we won't be asking for that. It's nothing too big. But what I will want from you is your story.
Ah, stories. We have plenty of those.
Well, I can't wait to hear them.
I think it would be best if we
Hello.
bring in an associate of ours.
Of course. And he finishes drying the one that he was... Well, he's not finished with it. He turns it over. Whenever they're ready. If you want, I can have a stable hand go out and handle the horses.
That would be great. We have a wagon as well.
Sure. And he leans back and he yells something in a language that I don't think any of you understand. You don't understand it.
Okay.
And you assume someone has gone to assist. But the people outside, you see a young, like a halfling, pop out of a door, and he says, "Oh, I'll handle that." Don't worry, just go inside. I can take the horses.
Is the halfling outside now, or is
Yeah,
he
he's talking to the two people outside. To all of you.
He kind of
Okay.
looks at Temp and shrugs.
Where should we...
Takes Nix's lead. I'm gonna ask the halfling guys out there. This might seem like a strange question, but was this tavern here, say, a week ago?
He just grins at you.
That is not an answer.
Hmm.
I'm not the one you should be asking.
Is this weird Mavern bullshit?
What?
The stable and the horses will at least come with us, right?
Do you think... Do you think we would go anywhere? Well, first off, go? We can't really. Unless we can. Do you think we would separate somebody from their horses? That's
Not
silly.
intentionally.
Like, check the halfling.
Insight him? Yeah, sure.
Ugh, 9.
He's earnest.
Kind of gives him a narrow-eyed look, and then he goes, "Okay.
Gotta be Pokemon.
Uh,
What?
Do you take tips for handling the horses, or is that part of the room fee?"
Nah. It's all fine, don't worry.
Okay. Here, gives the horses a
Can
little
also on that in.
pat, and just, I'll take Nix's
Balls
lead and
to
lead him into the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, you guys go in and see the same thing. A couple people at the tables, a bartender at the bar, fire. Lovely, there's a couple nice rugs and blankets sort of scattered around. A couple couches next to that fire.
Huh. Shall we set up in front of the hearth? Mer, I think I'll need your special talents with the storytelling.
Oh, you want sound effects?
Yes.
And the bartender kind of glances over. How long do you think this is going to take? Is my real question.
Well, pal.
6.5 days.
How many tails does it cost?
As many as you're willing to give. But there is a minimum.
And that is?
One for each of you.
So 5 tails.
The Drake comes in
Do
free.
we need a story for Nix too, or is he
Nah.
okay with us?
He's with you. Though I would like to know how you got him.
Well,
A
I'm
scavenger hunt!
You'll have to start from the beginning.
It is the beginning.
He gives you a look. Take a
So we
turn,
were
start
headed
from the
off
start.
to, we were headed to, I guess this is on the way to, I guess out of Etria on our way to Comet's Glory. We found the ranch where they trained the drakes for the Knights of Etria. They wanted help getting eggs.
I see.
Am
Go
I
on.
continuing, or are we trading off? I wasn't quite sure what the procedure was here.
To be clear, you're telling me stories.
Okay. Well, we found the eggs. For some of them we had to sneak up. For another we had to cross a river.
Charizard.
One where I had to try and keep a drake from eating Zakrow while I cast an illusion of the egg and took the actual egg. Basically, when we got all the eggs, I wanted. I nearly forgot. At one point, Brahm had to turn into fire in order to carry an egg that needed to be kept very, very warm. But yes, we brought back all the eggs, and for our help, the ranch hands gave us Nix here, who is adorable.
He finishes drying the glass that he was holding and sets it down and he goes, possible start.
Shall we, tell you a tale of a journey into the most horrendous plane imaginable?
Now that I'm interested in as well. Go on.
So, a tale for another time, but we ended up in a different plane than our own, and it was, I imagine, the plane of magma, except it was filled with glowing stones.
Aye.
I unfortunately was separated from the rest of our group here for a while, and had to make some daring acrobatics to catch up with them.
Well, you can't just say that. What'd you do?
It involved a grappling hook, a rope, and some tightrope walking over a river of lava.
Alright. Go on.
as we journeyed through our things, we found that the glowing rocks had a mysterious side effect to them. They brought sickness and
Was
exhaustion.
awful.
I will let one of my other compatriots continue the story. I point at Brahm.
Oh.
That was a long time ago.
And in the middle of the glowing desert came upon the bones of a great white dragon.
Sound
Then
effects
sometime
too.
after that, I started
Where's
getting
your
sick,
voice?
and I started to... Oh! You can tell the story, but that's where we met thee.
Yeah.
I'll tell the story of when we did the challenges in the city. We had to do the three challenges.
Okay.
The first one was like the puzzle story, and then the ending with the combat we had to do.
Yeah, the sun's proving.
The sun's proving.
Okay, so go on.
I think the DM wants us to actually tell stories and get into this, guys.
I do. It's your turn to tell the story now.
Very well. I suppose we should all tell the story of how we got our name.
You're jumping around a bit here, but
Oh,
starting
I
at the
suppose
beginning
so.
might be the best. Go ahead.
So, we came across a city. We all met there, and we found a strange going-ons. There seems to be rifts opening up to different planes of existence, and they seem to come up randomly. We met with a group who was researching them and agreed to help them close said rifts in order to assist the town.
Oh my god.
One of these rifts was in the plane of water. A motion for the next party member to continue the story.
I'm passing it around like a hot potato. Well, somebody's gonna have to jump on that.
I missed the last sentence.
We entered the plane of water.
Come on.
Well, in the plane of water, first off, everything was water, so we had to magic so we wouldn't, drown. It was very pretty. It was strange, because normally when you're in water, there's a surface somewhere, but not the plane of water. And we found an old wreck of a ship, strangely from material plane. How got there? Then we came upon a grand arena. They were playing a sport called Killel's Pearl?
Yes, I remember.
Kiriel's Pearl? No, not Blitzball.
Oh, that's
I
bad.
remembered. It's called Kiliel's Pearl. I'm so proud.
Somebody else's turn.
Brahm says
Damn.
that they brandished the drift breaker from the
Oh yes,
wreck.
we found the wreck. This great hammer, as well as the token from an old sea captain who will feature my story when I get to that.
Oh.
But this is the story of the Riftwatchers. Us. So we came to this grand arena.
We found that the object of this
They're getting
game,
better.
a magical
They're getting better.
ish
Tessa.
pearl that was the object of obtaining and bringing back to your goal, if you will, in order to win, was the object that we seeked in order to close the rift.
What?
So we
I love them so much.
formed our own team to join the games. I motion to the next person.
Hey, it's not me! Well, it's not me.
Damn. Did everyone go mute?
Can't tell a story if no one will tell it. Is everyone even here? Remembering things. I know, I'm so proud.
It
Yeah,
sure
come on,
doesn't
y'all.
seem like it.
Y'all, come on.
Lurker may not actually. If someone will finish this one, I will do the next one. Just come on, folks.
Alright, I guess I will continue since no one seems to want to chime up. Where was I? Oh yes, we were forming a team. And we decided to name ourselves the Riftwatchers, as we seem to have taken a liking to watching the rifts of the planes. It was a marvelous game full of daring and doing and
And 52 pickup!
and trickery with cards.
There was 52 pickups. She made a
And
We just-
juggling squid!
And juggling squid. We just barely managed to win, but we managed to succeed in our endeavor and pocket the pearl and exit the rift in order to seal it. I wish I could go into further, but it would take a day to tell.
He kind of nods and he goes, "Alright. Another passable starting tale.
Should I go next, or does someone else want to?
By all means, if you want to."
This is the tale, great crew of the Erin's Revenge and their
Jesus,
victory at the
this
Free
isn't even
Captain's
my
Regatta.
Ah, yes.
Oh boy.
This was a tale told to me by my grandmother, who was once a fearsome pirate of the Seven Seas. There may be more than seven in this world. Of the Shackle, an area of the seas known as the Shackles, a land beholden to pirates, sneaking under the radar of the Navy. Radar is also anachronistic. Never mind. But they had one of the trails to become a free captain. One of the glorious pirates was to participate in a race known as the Free Captain's Regatta. A ship race. The greatest ships to sail the sea.
Well, at least it is a
I have a
campaign.
list, I have a list. There was
Well, maybe not mine.
the Albatross, the Bonnie Witch, Chimera's Teeth, the Pharasma's Price, Sea Largus, Storm Runner, the Erin's Revenge, which our heroes piloted, and the Wormwood, captained by the fearsome Captain Barnabas, who once press-ganged the very crew of the Erin's Revenge. Now, they sought to reclaim some glory from him. First legs of the trip were difficult, turned seas and many rocks they nearly crashed into. But
Should I,
through a great deal of cunning
shy,
and
I know,
skillful
right?
sailing, they made it through. But wait, not all was good, because with the other
Should I make him
ships
do another one?
working under
For my
Captain
camp?
Barnabas, had a spellcaster who summoned a great lightning elemental.
Jesus Christ.
It caused the skies to darken and a storm to brew. It shattered ships, and then it came for the Erin's Revenge. Then Ruby, the beautiful sorceress, stepped up and wove a spell over the lightning elemental, so it calmed its wrath and settled upon the crow's nest of the ship, and so the Erin's Revenge piloted over the finish line, holding what was supposed to be their death, quietly chilling out on the crow's nest for Captain Barnabas to see. Mir does a little bow.
And the bartender, he leans forward a little bit more and he goes, Now that's what we're talking about. He gives you a very, like, a approving nod. Who's next?
I guess I'll go next. Well,
You've
I
told-
don't have that.
I'm gonna say you've told 2 full-length stories. You need 3 more. Don't laugh. I know. They're so
gosh.
adorable. I
don't
love
have
them.
that many interesting stories. I'm not that old yet. I'm only a young lad of 130. But
I'm more than
What?
But I think one of my most interesting stories would be how I met my
This is not
significant others,
what I thought was gonna happen.
Arjan and Nivara Baldwin.
Oh, do tell.
It's not what I thought was gonna happen at
about
all.
20 years ago, I was apprenticed to a blacksmith named Vistra. She was a master, and while I wasn't nearly as strong as any of her other apprentices, I was, well, one of the most dexterous people you've ever met. And so I was much more apt at doing sort of the small detail work. I could do rings and necklaces, chainmail, all of it I could do with such aplomb that I was sort of the apprentice to go to for the rings and other sort of detail work like that. And so one day, a noble couple comes to
I'm laughing at the
Vistra,
chat.
and they order a set of wedding rings, of course, because they're engaged and they're about to get married. She thought this was the perfect test for me, and so she had me design the rings and then forge them and present them to the couple. On my way to their house, I actually, well, let's just say there was another noble couple who'd heard about these rings and had attempted to, well, waylay me on the road. Now, I had at this point not trained myself in the ways of the monk, so I was, well, about as prepared to defend myself as, you know, your average dog. Actually, probably less. But somehow I managed to escape from them, and in running away, I ran into a food stall that was just simply stacked to the brim with fruit pies of different varieties.
What?
What? You never told me this?
Well,
I've never heard this story.
I don't generally talk about it because I face planted into so many different fruit pies that day. Well, I then managed to finally get the rings to the Baldwins, and well, dripping with blackberries and peaches, they turned to me and said, "I always knew you were a bit fruity."
I knew it was gonna go there. I fucking knew it.
Okay.
I fucking
That
knew
could
it. The
Did you just
instant
end your
said
story
fruit
with a
pies.
terrible pun?
Yes.
I would say that it was made for that purpose, but no, that's what really happened.
Remind me to high five your noble friends when we see them again.
And you look over and the bartender is like chuckling to himself, just like looking down into the sink. All right. I see. Fantastic. Who's next? That's 3 out of 5.
I suppose we just start staring at each other.
JD and Shanty.
Sacro.
No good.
You should talk about that book you found.
You know, it's not a good story.
A story is a story here.
Not
How
one.
How about
Any
when we
tale is worth being
rescued
told.
Noodle?
Oh my gosh, Noodle. Alright, so, back in the delightful town of Silver Hill, there is an apothecary's
Saving.
this works a wonderful entity named Noodle, astute, clever, and great at making potions. But one day, Noodle was kidnapped when interlopers came through the rift over Silver Hill. I don't remember. Anyway, he disappeared.
The rift is over Saint's Haven.
We followed a trail of destruction through the city, looking at amazing crop circles, destroyed wills, and more. But finally, we found him in the sky forest, as I recall. That was my first experience with the Enlarge Reduce spell, where we turned Noodle into a living terror. It was awesome.
He pauses for a second and goes, "What? Who is Noodle?"
Noodle is a pseudo dragon?
Oh,
A very intelligent one, very good at brewing potions.
you know, I may have met him before.
You have!
It's possible. I'll have to think about that one.
Are there many potion brewing pseudo dragons?
No, but there certainly are lots of people in this world. I sure have met many of them, so
Alright.
I'll have to remember. Alright. Who's last?
I'll go.
Alright.
I'll tell him the story of the fall of the clan.
Oh.
What?
I don't think we've heard much about your past, Brom.
Yes, it is a sad tale of woe and sorrow. Our clan Thorgrim, we dug deep into the mountain trying to find endless riches, and we discovered that there was a vault of Dwergar, and our clan chieftain insisted on his ever unquenchable thirst for riches. We just kept digging and digging, and we raided the vault, but it was not a good day. Many a good dwarf was lost that day. We fell into a trap that was set for us. And now, the few of us that escaped with wounds that will last a lifetime, we've scattered to the winds with no hope of ever reuniting the clan.
It seems your fortress was lost, was it so?
I'm so sorry. I didn't
Your
know.
hugs, Brom.
The bartender nods, he says, "All stories are worth knowing."
Not all stories are worth telling, though.
He just nods to you.
Your hugs, Brom tighter.
And some stories never should have been made.
Well, that sounds really ominous.
But they were.
Which
and now
Mir
we
says
learned.
that out loud, by the way.
He really glances over to you. No, that's... No, it's saying that shouldn't have happened. Not that it shouldn't...
Oh, you're talking about Brom's story, okay.
Yes. Yes, I am.
I thought maybe we touched too close to something in your... Anyway.
Oh, no. No.
I know we're no dwarf clan, Brom, but hopefully having friends helps somewhat.
Aye, it does. It does.
And if there is anything we can do to help you find the other members of
I
your
wasn't
clan,
expecting this much
you
backstory.
just let us know.
Wow.
Aye, aye.
And the bartender, he folds the cloth that he was holding. Well, partially folds it and then flips it over his shoulder and he says, "Well, you've paid your fee. That's all you needed to do. I'll have one of our staff show you to your rooms tonight."
That would be wonderful. I did not catch your name.
Ah, don't worry about it. I don't have a name for
I
him.
think I will.
Hey, chat. What's
That's-
what's his
Should we
name?
just call you Barkeep or what?
Chat, give me a name. Hold on a second. He's a half elf. He's a half elf, yeah. I'm tempted to say Sylvanus, but that's also a god, so no.
I hear so much typing going on.
There's a lot of typing happening.
I
11.
don't know what you're talking about.
Ulavon. Done. And he dips his head and he says, Ulavon at your service.
Mira gives a little bow.
Is he human or what
He
race
is a
he?
half elf.
Half elf.
Yep. He looks about as generic as someone can look. Razor360, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Irie. I'm glad to have you on board.
Almost like an any man face.
Kinda, yeah. It's crazy.
Very. Well, it's good to meet you, Olivin,
They try.
and I thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, anytime. And he nods to you. Oh, if you're wanting food, we've got that in abundance. Just go ahead and let one of the serving staff know what you're looking for. They can bring you a menu of what we may have, and they'll let you know what we've got in stock.
I would definitely like a glass of wine.
Of course. It is... Well, what type of wine?
Oh, I forgot which kinds Minato really like.
We've got a
Okay.
honey wine from the Great Plains. We've got...
Well, I've got a half a bottle of dark mode spiced wine in the bag of holding I stole off Minato, so I assume that's one of her.
No, she stole it back.
Oh, right!
We've got honey wine from the Great Plains. We've got grape wine from Iril. We've got blood wine that's made by the orcs up near the Dragon's Spine. We've got a couple different vintages from the vineyards down by Etria.
Oh,
What strikes your fancy?
the blood wine sounds intriguing, but I don't know if I'll be able to stomach it.
Oh, it's fine. It's not going to be a
That-
problem.
I'll try.
Very well, I'll take a glass of the blood wine.
Of course. And he disappears into the back and then comes back with this. It's not like a normal wine bottle shape. It's definitely like fatter, and it's sealed with red wax. And when he pours it out into a wine glass, it is this very deep, definitively blood-colored liquid. And he hands it over to you.
Thanks.
Zachar, are you also getting one?
Yeah, I'm gonna try whatever I've never tried before.
All right. Oh, positive or be negative. No. Yeah. It is delightful.
Just checking, Falk, the name of the tavern is the Traveling Tavern?
Uh-huh.
Or is it Traveling Inn?
Dragon lore.
Are there any
Um,
books on the
Are there any what now?
any bookshelves in here?
No, this is mainly a tavern room.
Okay.
The wine, by the way, it is this... it's fantastic wine. I don't know anything about wine personally, but think of like the best one you've ever had and then make it better. That's what you're tasting.
That'd be
Well,
real.
That'll be a white wine. This would be more of a red, dry wine, so...
Then the best red wine you've ever had.
Okay.
Does he have any interesting teas?
Sure, yeah.
Here, we'll have some tea.
Got teas from everywhere. Let's
Have
see.
some form of sweet tea.
Sweet tea. Oh, here's one I think you might like. We've got one from a plant that only grows down in the swamps on the southern continent down by the Rhyolith Woods. They grow a specific type of
Will it
sweet
keep
tea
me
plant.
up all night?
No, of course not.
Then I will have it.
And it's actually contrary to most teas, it's a flower, not a leaf. And it's these tiny little like asters almost. These little purple star-shaped flowers. And they're so thin you can barely even see them in this little jar that he has, but he scoops out some of them and puts them into a cup of boiling water, and they just dissolve. They just turn to nothing, and the water becomes this lovely lavender-colored tea that gives off a very heady, sweet scent.
Nice.
Nice. Do they have pina coladas?
I have an entire pineapple.
Is that a yes?
How?
We've got lots
Got
of
everything
things
in that pantry. In the pantry. Blah.
We've got lots of things.
From a lot of places, it seems.
That's true.
It seems odd for a place so remote.
We get things from all over the world. We have our ways.
I suppose your travelers share more than just stories, huh?
Aye, indeed.
Who's the old man over there?
Ah,
Conked
he's
out on the
just
chair.
just a regular.
Anyone we recognize?
Traveling. No.
Anything weird about that person?
Same. It's an old dude sleeping next to a fireplace. Don't.
I mean, also want to sleep next to the fireplace, but how do you end up here? Who just walks through this place?
Lots of people do.
Yeah.
If you look around, we've got quite a variety of patrons here. And you do see there's travelers and merchants, there's like a triad of gnomes that are playing a card game in the corner. There is, let's see, there's a green dragonborn over by one of the walls with a pseudo-dragon on her shoulder.
Are there any other Kenku?
No, there are not.
Aw.
Chat's like, there's a delay of about 21 seconds, probably. I was hoping it would be shorter, but... Howl's Moving Tavern, yup. Yup. And a metagame. Yep. There's a dark-skinned woman with this very short, bright hair in this, like, silk armor, kind of chilling at a table by herself as well. She's got a big, what's her weapon again? I think she's just got daggers. At her side, there's a black dragonborn, I think. And she's reading a book by sort of near the fireplace. If you give me enough time, I'll just keep saying people.
If there's anyone I recognize or anything that kind of sticks out to me.
Well, one thing is for sure, everyone here is unique.
Indeed.
They're what?
All unique. They all
Unique.
look interesting.
Minato will wave one of the
Well, they knew
bar staff
instantly.
and order 2 steaks, and
Two
sit
steaks.
down next to the one with the pseudo dragon,
Okay,
and pull out some games.
sure.
Yay!
Care to play?
She looks up, from whatever she was doing, and I think she was just writing in a very, very small notebook. And she, kind of looks you over, and then glances over to Nyx. Who's holding Nyx right now?
I think
Me.
Mir had his,
Oh.
his leash, unless I handed it off to someone.
Nope, then she just looks you over, Minato. She goes, alright, sure. And she, puts her little notebook away, and you can play some games with her.
Cool. Dice or cards?
cards.
My favorite.
Mine too. Let's see how good you are. She's younger than you thought she was, and far more confident than you expected.
Oh!
Yes, let's do this then.
Alright, what is anyone else doing? Only interested
I mean,
people
I'm
outside the
by the
tavern.
fire. The fire's cozy.
Only interested
Ymir's
people
gonna
see
get
it.
some food to go with her tea and some snacks for Nyx, and probably go roll out a blanket by the fire for him to settle on and plop next to him with some yarn.
Sure,
As is her way, there's just, a string of yarn coming out of the bag of holding as she crochets.
I love it. Love
Um,
it.
the specialty food for tonight appears to be some kind of curry.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They love the curry, yes!
sign me up.
Yeah, sure. So you guys can, you can get that. There's also, like a weird kind of waffle and, like, popcorn and some other stuff. Some kind of weird, massive egg that you can get cooked, whatever way you want. But the curry is
I
in
want
this
that.
is in this big pan on a back stove being cooked. So yeah, you guys can each get plates of that. It is orange and it smells awesome.
Yeah.
It's actually butter chicken.
Ah, yes.
They serve
mean-
that at the Indian place that used to be next to us.
It's pretty good. Alright. What is anyone else doing? Oh, Jesus. No, I'm not gonna.
I mean, I'm just by the fire. I'm gonna read a book if I can find one.
Do you have any books with you? Oh, sorry, you were asking for specific drinks. I was in the wrong chat. Yeah, you can order the specific drinks.
Yeah, Gold Rush. Come and taste the taste of honey.
Yeah, sure. Nyx is a medium-sized dog, correct.
I rolled for my card check.
Sure, what'd you
Gotcha.
get?
A 21. That's not with a ability score, just proficiency.
Yeah, you beat her in the first round. And she says, alright. 2 out of 3?
Certainly. Your deal, I think.
Are y'all playing for anything, or...?
It's just a friendly game for now.
Sure is.
For now.
Okay. It's a 19 for her. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 18.
She beats you in the second round.
Crafty play.
She looks at you in the eyes and says, winner takes all.
Very well.
She winks at you.
Shuffle the cards. Would you care to cut?
Will do. Just cut some very dramatically.
Deal it out. And another 18.
She gets a 21.
Oh. You really are good at this.
I do what I can. She does ask your name, by the way.
Minato.
She introduces herself as, I think, Kiara? Yeah, her name's Kiara.
And while he's with someone else, the Drake over there is Dix.
I wondered if he was yours.
That's what the second stake is for whenever he wanders over here.
Of course. And she reaches up and sort of pets her little pseudo-dragon on her shoulder.
What is his name?
Oh, this is my familiar. He's, let me come up with a name for him real quick.
Sparky.
Bosco.
Spindle.
Spindle.
Uh-huh.
This is a nice name.
Certainly is.
So you're a practicer of magic as well?
I am indeed. Of a sort.
Same here.
I noticed.
Dabble.
And
I
she,
dabble.
you see her eyes just for a split second. There's a sort of like a shimmer over the surface, and she immediately looks to your moonflower pin.
Ooh.
Arcane check.
Arcana check, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if I have proficiency because I don't have that knowledge of the character,
I don't
but
think you do.
that would be a 13.
Judging by the pseudo-dragon and the way she's been talking about magic, she, much like you, is a warlock. But you don't know of who or what.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, this is new.
Oh, is it now?
Yes. Encounters of that kind don't come often.
That's for sure.
It seems even more uncommon to meet another such as myself.
That tends to happen in this place.
I suppose this won't be the last time we stumble upon this lovely inn.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It comes when it's needed, or when it's not.
Do you think we could get some more people into our game?
Oh, sure. If you want.
Sure. And maybe we should...
What's your passive
some-
insight, real quick?
Oh dear.
My... it would be...
10 plus your insight bonus.
10.
You don't have a bonus to insight?
I don't...
Thing.
I don't exactly... I have some of the skills, but I don't have all the skills that I know what is
Doesn't
proficient.
have Minato's
not-
character sheet.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I might have an older version of it.
If you do, that would be great. I have a bunch of what is known.
Oh, shit, that's not
The important stuff, if you will.
I have a level 6 sheets, so and I only have 4 of them, and one of them's Tiscus. I'm useless. I have 4 of the level 6 sheets, and one of them's Tiscus. I am useless. But here, I think I have Minato's, so let me open it up. God, I am completely just a mess. Yeah, you don't have a bonus to insight, so your passive insight's 10. I do want to remind you, you might not know, even though Luke does. Minato has an ability called Glamour, which she can use, I think, twice?
Yes, I do
know
know
Glamour?
the ability.
Okay.
I have the paperwork that goes with it too.
Oh, okay, perfect. 'Cause, you know, arcane abilities are given out through bureaucracy.
Aha.
Sorry, the term the paperwork that comes with it was really funny to me.
Right? That was also a very Minato thing to say.
It was. So yeah, if you want, you can gather a couple more of the patrons, to join
I
in your
would
games.
like to indeed.
Who you grabbing?
I think I will grab... I've kind of forgotten who the other members were, but
I'll just pick a few. Actually, I'll just tell you how a couple come over.
okay.
You get the woman in silk. You get her.
Mm-hmm.
She comes over. She's got a fiery look in her eyes. Quite literally, you realize that her eyes are literally like moving inside and also like are fire. That's kind of weird. She introduces herself as Selecea and offers to join your game.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Indeed. It's a lie.
Oh, yes. She's back. I won't let her die. Let's
We're picking up
see.
characters from other campaigns. Don't let anybody named Shay join your game.
Selecea is from a one-shot I played a long time ago where she got betrayed and then killed. So...
But heroes never die.
Nah, heroes don't die. Oh, she has a level in cleric now.
Nice.
Yep. Let's see, who else? Yeah, you grab a sort of a bored-looking human, and he's just kind of... He's got, like, floppy hair and a lute. He was not the guy who was noodling around making music for the inn, but, he does have a lute. I can't even remember his name. Aiden, maybe? I don't remember. There's a couple. So yeah, you can gather a larger group of people to engage in a large card game. What's everyone else doing?
Well, apparently Zakra wants to try his hand or paws or what have you at crochet.
Yeah, since there's nothing apparently to read and I've had a couple of drinks, I think I'm bold enough to start trying to crochet.
Alright, I'm gonna have...
You say this, Mir, like, lights up a little, like, you want to learn to crochet? Here, I have an extra hook and something. Hang on, let me just... She, like,
A hook?
half disappears into the
And
bag of holding and comes out, like, an armload of yarn and some crochet hook.
yes. Now, this is an important question. Falcon, what do I have to roll to be able to actually, like, learn it instead of being distracted by the yarn?
Yeah. Ooh,
Wisdom save?
Ooh. No, what I was gonna do is gonna have Mir make a check to teach you and you make a check to learn, but your check to learn is gonna be made with disadvantage.
Sorry.
Oh.
Because you are a kitty cat.
What am I rolling to teach?
This is like a thing you've always known how to do. So, just a d20
Well, it's
plus
something
your
I learned with
proficiency.
theory in my temple days. At some point I'm drawing a little comic of that.
Would it be something along the lines of the crafting check, but it use the attribute of wisdom or charisma?
Not charisma! Not charisma!
Man, int and charisma are the
have a
teaching
-2.
skills. And they both are not your strongest suit.
I am slightly less awful at intelligence than charisma.
Okay, then go ahead and do it with the int.
Do I at least get my proficiency for...
Yeah, you get proficiency for sure.
16.
Okay, and then Zakro, make an intelligence check with disadvantage.
Alright, I can't go too bad.
Famous last
Wait, sorry, was I
words.
supposed to be rolling performance?
Nope.
Oh, okay, no.
I'm not even gonna roll the second one. I literally natural one day. That's
Oh
over.
no. You become hopelessly tangled in the yarn.
Oh. But I'm having a good time though, right?
You're having a great time. You're not learning shit, but you're having a great time.
Fine.
Mir, like, at first Mir attempts to untangle you, but then just sort of throws up her hands, decides to wait till you pass out drunk to try it again.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Out of curiosity, is there anyone else in the tavern doing some sort of handicraft, or perhaps wearing something that looks hand crocheted or hand knitted?
Not particularly.
No. I was gonna ask someone if they want to do patterns.
1 in 11. Nice. Alright. Oh, Mir. I will do this. There is... Let's see. What races have I not showcased yet?
Chiefs.
Tieflings? Oh, you're right. Okay. There is a tiefling. Over at the far end of the room, sort of, kind of chilling in a corner, and you only know. Oops, just fell. You only really notice them because there's a candle that they're using in front of them, and they're just like messing with this little dish that they're holding. And this tiefling, let me see. Yeah, this tiefling... They've got these beautiful, like, jagged horns that sort of sweep back like lightning bolts. Like stylized versions, you know? And you can see that folded behind them they have a pair of big black wings. And they are just concentrated on this thing that they are melting above the candle. You can see there's little, like, bottles scattered over the table.
Can I come over and go, hello?
Yep.
Pardon my intrusion. May I ask what you're doing?
Sure. And they let's see. Need a voice for this person. I don't have a voice for this person. Sure. He says, sure, I'm making a potion. Or at least I'm trying to,
Potion?
Might have gotten the recipe wrong. Well, he kind of looks around. From afar, dude is super, super intimidating. Up close, totally has no idea what he's doing. Just heard somebody clap. Shout out to that. Let me open my spreadsheet here. I'm trying to figure out which one he's trying to make. Which potions do you know?
Potion of healing, potion of greater healing, poultice, potion of water breathing, potion of resistance, cold, an improved potion of cold resistance.
Okay, he's trying to make a resistance of cold.
Considering the weather outside, I don't blame him. Well, I suppose
So
that's
I don't,
also in Comet's glory.
I think I messed this up somewhere. I'm trying to make a potion of resisting, cold resistance. I think I bunged it up.
Okay, well, let's start at the beginning.
Oh!
What sort of did you start with?
What sort of... Well... Oh, did you ask him what sort of base?
Yes.
Blue. I got that right.
Okay. Yes.
And
And then you added to it
2 metal. That's where I think I've gone wrong already.
Yes. So if you want to make a better improved resistance, you do use 2 metal, but you gotta make kind of the basic one first, or it sort of curdles.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
He looks at the thing he's holding and he just kind of sets it aside and gets a new bottle.
Do you want me to help?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you seem to know
I've
what you're
brewed a few
doing.
potions in my day, mostly healing ones, but I learned some new recipes while I was in Comet's Glory, and
Oh?
cool to try 'em out. Mira like digs in and brings out her little various alchemy supplies and just starts setting up at the same table.
Yeah, okay. You can teach him how to properly make the cold resistance potion. Which, of course, is blue, venom, herb, and water essence. So he was nowhere close. Bunged it up from the start and just, like, didn't have any of the right ingredients. But, in return, he'll teach you how to make a different one.
Woo!
Let's see. What shall we do here? 1. Potion of Cat's Grace. Okay. He'll teach you how to make a potion of Cat's Grace.
Ooh.
So write that down and remind me to add it to the spreadsheet later. because it is on my copy, but not on yours. So you guys can spend the evening after you screw around with Zakrau, who I'm assuming is still over by the fireplace, covered in yarn. You head over and potion make with this guy. Meanwhile, Minato.
Keep an eye on Zakrau to see if he ever looks like he desperately needs help. Just make sure he doesn't strangle himself with the yarn.
Minato and Kiara have started a large game of cards. Let's see. Zakrau, are you just gonna stay over by the fire?
Yeah, I'm sleeping now.
Oh, you're just gonna go to sleep?
I think I had a little more than my tolerance.
That's fair. Your voice has also gone super fuzzy, so.
I said.
I mean, I heard you.
It's just as fuzzy as you are.
Well, now it's fine.
Oh.
And Zakrau looks like he's gonna pass out. Mira will come over and untangle him and help carry him up to his room.
Jesus, are you that strong?
But fire.
I've got a +2 strength.
Dang.
Fair enough. And Zakrau's only 5'4",
to balance out
so.
my -2 charisma.
Alright, Temp, what are you doing?
He is
You are
muted at the
muted, my
moment.
guy.
Skip him.
Alright. Brahm, you doing anything specific?
Not at this time, I don't think.
Alright, just kind of observing.
Enjoying some dwarven ale, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have Kiara Insight Minato. Okay. Minato, at this point I want you to roll Insight.
Insight. Alright.
Oh yeah.
That would be wisdom, right? So that would be a flat 13.
Okay. Also rolled a 13. I'll let Lug handle how this ends up going. But she is hard flirting with you.
Oh, okay, okay. I wish to introduce a new rule to this game as it's starting, though.
Okay, the card game?
Yes.
Alright. I
wish to make it so that there's a little bit more at stake, but everyone can be a winner.
Okay.
Puts 5 gold into the center of the table.
Oh, so you're money gambling. Okay.
So, we play for stakes, but the winner has to tell something of themselves.
Now, what does that mean?
You get the money, but you give a tale.
And she goes, I like the way you think. We're just gonna do a series of contested rolls between you and her.
Alright. The others don't matter.
Not really.
They're not.
First one? We're just doing flat rolls.
A 19. Or just flat rolls?
Yeah.
No bonuses or anything?
Right.
That would be a 16.
She rolled a 4, so you're doing great already. 2.
Next one.
Roll 2.
4.
She
4.
You got a 4?
Mm-hmm.
She got a 2.
I'm using different dice each time.
I'm not. Third roll.
That's a 16 again.
Damn. Roll 5. Or 4.
I thought we were on,
Fuck.
we were on 4. How many rolls are we going?
5.
15.
Damn it.
Oh boy, I'm getting a lot of
And
money,
last
but
one?
I can tell a lot of tales.
No, this is just all one game.
Oh, okay, okay. Last one is 9.
You beat her every single time. How did this happen?
You said flat rolls.
Yep. Alright, so you're the winner. It ends up being like 55 gold or so
Oh,
that she gives to
geez.
you. Yeah. Hey, there were a lot of people betting.
I'll have to make note of that. I'll send it to Luke directly, I guess.
Alright. Yes, you make about 55 gold, but then you have to tell the story.
Let me tell you a tale. I'd recently encountered a person of great note. It was with my adventuring party. We entered into some mines, forgotten and abandoned. But it was not completely abandoned. There was a people that was living there, trapped by contract. We managed to free them, but another contract was made. One that is personal to me, and the great fae that resided there. The great fae... Let me look at the name, because I...
Selecea.
Selecea. Selecea or...
Selecea.
Selecea. Touches the pin.
Alright. Okay, we'll let Luke handle the rest of that.
That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? No, alright. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before the evening? It's over.
No.
Alright. With your respective activities going on into the night and late and whatnot, you guys, you party down a little bit, and then you each have your own individual rooms. And you have a very restful night. And when you wake up in the morning, you can... What do you do when you wake up in the morning? Anything special?
Say my morning prayers.
Are those inside?
I usually try to see the sun, so I open a window.
Yeah, the canopy's blocking the sun. Also, it's morning, and the mountains are to the east,
We'll
so...
go out in the yard.
What?
The mountains are to the east.
Yeah. The sunrise, it's hard because the mountains are to the east, so they block the sunrise.
Were they to the east in the evening when I did my prayers to the moon?
Maybe.
Oh god. It really is a magic bar. Gosh darn it.
Little turkey, not so bad.
Mir slowly closes the window and goes to find someone like, which side
Do I
of the
have
mountain's
everything
on
I
when
came
I
here
went to
with?
bed?
I'm gonna go to bed and try to hit the ground.
Sorry? What?
You know,
Hit the ground.
yeah, like on my feet.
Okay.
Not just
What are you
That guy
trying
has
to do?
stand up.
Congratulations, you've done it.
Yay!
Not too drunk then. Or at least not too hungover.
Not anymore.
Cat metabolism. No idea what that
No
Mir
dog.
knocks on,
No hair of the dog required.
let's try Minato's door. Minato seems observant. I'll knock on Minato's
Do
door
somebody
and ask-
else.
What?
Do somebody else.
Okay.
We'll handle Minato later.
And... Zakro, maybe?
Okay, Zakrow.
Zakro's
Certainly
smart.
not temp.
Hey! What's
I'm
up?
not sure Zakro's necessarily wise, but he's smart. Zakro.
Would you like some pastries? I have a whole box. I forgot to share them yesterday.
Oh, those sound lovely.
Temp materializes through the wall with a gasp.
Like, I just picture, like, I'm walking and, like, Zakro comes out of his room with the pastries, and, like, we stop
Temp was a ghost
coincidentally
the
in
whole
front of
time.
Temp's door, and Temp just whips open the door, like, pastries?
No,
I'm
he
hungover
literally
from all those
clipped through the
pina
wall.
coladas, but give me pastry.
Sure, we'll go down to the main room, I guess, and I'll
Sure.
go down. I'll bring Nyx down. Say, so, this might seem like a funny question, but decide where the mountain's on when we went to bed?
I don't Go look at where they're at. Just outside. I'll go outside. I'll bite.
Alright, you step outside the main door, and you find yourself on a leaf-strewn pathway leading through the forest.
Mir walks out and just sort of looks around like, yeah, okay. Give me one moment.
Oh, it's fine.
Runs around in a bit of a circle,
wish she
panicking
left
for a
you.
moment. We're coming back.
Oh, yes.
Okay, okay.
Hey, no car alarm
Third and
noises.
fourth wheels, that's right!
No car
I'm fine,
alarm.
I'm fine.
Gonna be okay.
Car.
Bearing your soul.
Minato will like bust into the room, going, "What's going on?"
But we're outside, so you just hear some wailing from outside as Mir panics a moment.
Yeah, you
God.
guys are in a very large forest right now, and you can see, the canopy is blocking out most of the sky, and the mountains, which are now to the east of you, are blocking the rising sun. So it's a little bit chilly.
So do I recognize where this is?
Oh, definitively. You are in the great northwestern forest of Iril.
Well, convenient. This is
It's
even.
actually closer to where we were trying to get to.
So that's not so freaky, right?
Yes,
I mean,
we
no,
don't have to.
that's pretty gosh diddly darn freaky.
We don't
mean,
have
it's
to deal
freaky,
with
but
those
it's
rocks.
Not bad freaky.
Because it helped us.
I mean, it's kind of
Did we
weird.
cross the desert?
I don't know. I don't know the geography off the top of my head. Sorry. Like talking as the player here. Did we, Phil?
Right,
Um,
no worries.
You would have skirted the desert's edge, going northwards along the Kaibal Reach, and then gone westward into Iril. It looks like you just went straight through the mountain range, and northwards,
Nice.
and now you're in Iril.
I dig it.
Remind me to tip extra when we leave.
Seriously.
I think he'll just accept more stories next time.
Yeah.
Well, this is certainly a good one to add.
That was hella.
You
Temp says that.
are now in Iril. We're gonna go ahead and call the session there for tonight,
Sounds good to me.
and I'm gonna outro my stream, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Hello, hey everybody, thanks for joining in tonight. Iril, yep. You guys, they're in Iril now, which is cool. I didn't have anything planned for the foothills, and it would have been an extension to travel that would not have been useful or interesting, so this is probably better. It's been fun. Hey, I'm so glad. It's what I try to do here. Let's see, do I have anything to add? Not really. I will drop the Discord link real quick in the chat. Hey, if you're interested in hanging out with me and or the other followers of the stream, go ahead and hop into that Discord server. We are active pretty much all hours of the day and night. It is a very fun, friendly place to be. We have fun. We post memes. Mostly Lurker posts memes, but it's a good time. That is all I have for you tonight. What's today? Friday? Okay, I'll be back Sunday, either in the evening or in midday. Probably in the evening, because I don't think I have a D&D game this Sunday, aside from my normal one. So I will be seeing you on Sunday evening. Kind of feeling like we're probably gonna go play Stardew Valley. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe some Skyrim. I don't know. Something that starts with S, probably. That is all I have for you tonight, so I wish you all a wonderful evening. And until I see you next, good night.